Okay, so we will just allow the others to come. I think we can start. It's already 10:32. See, okay. Okay, guys. So can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So at this point, I would like you to recall the things that you learned regarding your BJT. So that was EE triple E 170 and triple E 172. Okay. So here, differentiate the BJT and the MOS. Please comment your answers. I would like to, to see what you have learned regarding this one. Right? Sige daw, be. Please comment your or send your answers. Ay, na po kayo taas amin. Ang ikuan lang. Make it short. Nawalay mo there, oh. You guys, differentiate the BJT and the MOS. Let's have a maybe 5-minute na warm up. Okay, so BGT is used for low current applications. Any answers? That is from Brian. Spelain.
Use as amplifier or and oscillator, sir.
Ang asa man?
Ang BGT.
BGT, amplifier and, sige,
Oscillator.
oscillator. Sige, what else? So try to compare BGT and MOS. BGT has 3 terminals. Okay, while MOS has 3. Has terminal, source, drain, and gate. Right? BGT, PNP, and NPN. MOS is gate. What else? Sige guys, fire. Kung sa inyo mga nasa inyong mind karon, just say it. Or just type it. BGT, current controlled. PET, voltage controlled. Okay. So we still have 2 more minutes para aning activity. Sure na pa yung ma-upload nga di naman ni face to face. Okay. Construction of the MOS is more complex than BJT. Okay. Wala naman siguro. Let's go back. This is just a short review. So, ato i-recall ato ang BJT. Parang akong watch. Okay guys, BJT. Okay, let's draw. Okay, sorry. BJT. Okay. All right. So MOS. So in this case, okay. Right. So we have here an NPN, and we have here an NMOS. All right. So BJT, so diri dapita, di ba? This is the base. This is the collector. This is the emitter. Ay, emitter. Wrong spelling. Wrong spelling. This is the emitter. Well, for the MOS, this is the gate, of course. This is the drain. And this is the source. Although sakto yung mga pangingon, BJT is a 3-terminal device. This is the base. All right, collector and emitter. While the MOS, we have the gate, drain, and the source. Well, take note, guys, the MOS is not a 3-terminal device. In fact, it is a 4. Yung kalimot ha? That is a 4-terminal device. Kasi makatag sa 4th one. Sige, istorya na lang kay hindi ta magbalin-balin ng window. Anyone?
Body, sir.
Ha?
Body.
Body. Okay. So the 4th terminal of the MOS is somewhere here. This is the body, or it is called sometimes as body, substrate. Sorry. Klaro na, yun na lang. Substrate. Sometimes, or most of the time, it's being called as the bulk. Comparing the BJT, the base, collector, emitter, the MOS is a 4-terminal device. We have the drain, the gate, the source, and let's use this term, kay mo ang pinaka-common, the bulk, B-U-L-K. Okay? So, although this is one of the things na pwede nato ma-differentiate between the BJT and the MOS, but there is a main consideration, the main differentiator of the two, between the two. The BJT, if you have noticed or you still remember, when we compute for all the currents and voltages, sa atong first gyud nga ginakuha?
IB.
Yes, di ba? The
IB.
base current.
Yes, sir.
Ano ginakuha permanente? Base current. IB.
Sa MOS kay walay base current.
Right. And how about the MOS? Asa itong first nga ginahimo? First nakuha.
BGS. BGS. GS.
Yeah, it's the VGS, the gate
Yes.
source voltage. So in this case, klaro tayo that BJT is a current controlled device. Current controlled. Okay. While the MOS is a voltage controlled. Okay. So I think kita ba itong ni answer gani ha? Who's that? Okay, si Alfred. All right. So this is in fact the main considerations, main differentiator between the BJT and the MOS. So ay mo kalimutan na niya, guys. When we talk about BJT, first thing in our mind is we get the current, the base current. So that is a current control device. And then for the MOS, our main consideration in taking, in operating the MOS is the voltage. So we have to start from the gate to source voltage. And after that, kuha na to tanan. We have the ID, ADSS, BDS, and everything. Okay? So, muna na akong gusto i-remind sa inyo for this morning that the BGT and the MOS. Okay? So, we can now start our true lecture after all those 2 meetings na mga teasers, or should I say, general perspective about this analog IC design. So, I'm going to use this material. Okay, unfortunately, I cannot just give this one to you. Although makita man sa to ang recorded lecture, but wala ko kapangayo og permission to distribute this, so that's why di na ko siya matag sa inyo kani nga material kaning being owned by the PIIC. This is we used this one when we did the lectures in other schools way several years ago. So don't worry, but all these contents aning slides, aning PowerPoint is or can be found sa ato ang book. I have this one given to you months ago, The Fundamentals of Microelectronics by Razavi. In fact, this is on chapter 6. Tingalaman mo nga chapter 6 lagi na, sir. Because chapter 1 to 5 covers the BGT. So, ako na nang yatag sa inyo ang BGT, and we have to start here sa MOS. Okay? So, please, from time to time, please open your ebook and then use the Fundamentals of Microelectronics, and our lecture will start on chapter 6. Okay? So, basics of MOS transistors. Right? Sige, so this is just a very short lecture. The first lecture, which is lecture 1, Introduction to Analog Design. Okay. Guys, can you still see the slides? Wala yung naglisod sa inyo kitanaw diha?
Okay, Raman,
Okay lang?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Nakita na, sir.
Okay lang, sir.
Okay, course description. Okay, we're done with that. Okay. So for this course, I assumed, or any instructor assumed, that the students already has a solid background on the pin junction. Okay, so those recombinations, the depletion region, yung sa pag-form ang depletion region. We also I mean, you should also remember the potential barrier. You should remember the first prelim of Ma'am Mercy's lecture sa inyong EEE 170. Yeah, so mo to akong ipasabot na mga knowledge or skills that you should have prior to this course. And then active and passive devices. So we have transistors, resistors, capacitors, inductors. These are all well covered sa to ang 170 and also 130. Okay? And of course, we need the circuit analysis techniques. KVL, KCL, superposition, the Thevenin's theorem, Norton's, and saan na to pag-reduce ang mga circuits into the equivalent circuits. And then the frequency domain analysis. So this will remember nga ako nang yatag sa inyo ang Bode plots. Nasa to ang Facebook group. Okay? Laplace transforms. Of course, that's also very, very useful. Kapoy man kayo i-deal tong mga sinusoids na dampag yun. So ato siyang gamito ng S-domain for us to simplify things. And of course, the poles and zeros, our transfer functions, sa mga conditions sa numerator and also the denominator. So those things will dictate the location of our poles and zeros. And nonlinear circuit analysis. So we do have this one sa to ang DC biasing, which is the large signal, and of course ato ang small signal analysis. Okay. So dili dahil ingon nga walay pulos atong gipang learned in the previous semesters, because all of those subjects, courses, will be used sa to ang higher nga mga subjects. Okay? So katong mga dili kayo strong ani nga mga anong gipangyaw-yaw nako, so please kung may time mo, please go back para dili ta maglisod para sa ani nga subject. Okay. Yeah. Analog versus digital circuits. Okay. So on the left side, we have here a black box. We just name this one as A of X. And its main function is just to amplify signals. And then on the right side, we have here the D of X, which is digital. The main role niya is to process the data. So comparing analog and digital circuits, of course, in analog circuits, we are dealing with continuous signals. Okay? So for example, our voice is a continuous signal. It is an analog signal. Okay? So most of the time, we are dealing with small sinusoidal signals. For example, our heartbeat. When we are dealing with ECG, I think you know what is ECG. That's cardiogram, which detects the behavior of our heart. Okay? So that very small signal is in fact, in its raw form, it's very, very small. I still remember it's around 70 millivolts peak to peak. Just imagine 70 millivolts peak to peak. Okay? Gamay gigay na siya, guys. So, para ma-display na siya dito sa ato ang ECG, we have a lot of amplifications. We should deal with amplifiers. So, just imagine kung unsa siya ka gamay. And then we are going to combat with the noise. So, noise sa ato ang source signal, noise sa ato ang channel, even noise sa ato ang equipment para lang makuha na siya nga 70 millivolts peak to peak. And even our voice, so that's why kung naglatin ta taron face to face, I should use a kanang lapel. Okay, just imagine the 206 ako biya pud to. And then di pa na ako gusto nga mas train akong voice. So that's why I prepared a lapel. Then para mas ma-amplified and madunggan sa inyo ha. Okay? So analog circuits deals with analog signals. And comparing the two, which is more sensitive, well, analog is in fact very sensitive to distortion, sensitive to noise. Okay? So it requires a lot of care and a lot of attention in analog circuits or analog signals. Well, here, this is the digital circuits. It deals with the digital data. Very easy. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Maoragin na iyang i-deal. So in digital circuit, the signal is processed in time intervals. Just like what we had last time. Sa tuwang input voltage, it's a pulse string. So pulse string, a square pulse, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. And most of the time, our signal is diba? Itong expect is this one. Is 0, 1, 0, 1. Pero in real circuits, guys, di na siya yung nana. Na siya yung nana, oh. Ang kawas naman ko. Mas siya yung nani. It's really happening ngayon ang circuit. So just imagine kung kani yung imuhang i-process analog. Of course, it's so difficult to decipher. But in the digital circuits, don't worry, it's very, very easy. We just have to set this, if this is 0 and if this is 1. So perhaps natin gitawag na threshold. Ato na siyang i-regenerate. So with the use of some regeneration digital signals, ato na siyang mapa-convert into like this. Kani siya nga timing diagram. Okay, so it's more easy to decipher said ani nga mga data. Okay, so comparing between analog and digital circuits, it's easier for us to deal with digitals, and of course the digital signals. Okay, so I still remember na ay kuha na ni guys na ay kinabitong analogy, analog and digital circuits. So ingon tong professor last time, I clearly heard sa tuyahang ipangyaw-yaw that analog signals are can be compared to women, right? And then the digital signal can be compared to men. All right? So ano nga naman daw? Well, as I said earlier, analog signals are very sensitive. Agree mo na, girls?
Alis na right.
Yeah, analog signals are very sensitive. Really, really sensitive. Compared with the digital signals ng mga men, so may tawagan na guys, insensitive. Dili po siguro eh. I have a very good term for that one. Sensitive. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we can use the term robust. Di ba? Ayun lang po itong insensitive kay or harsh na po gayo. So there's a lot of techniques on saan pag shield sa mga analog signals with the noise sources. We can use shielding, ato siyang i-shield. We can also use separation, ato siyang i-separate, i-isolate. So mura siya lagi COVID. I-isolate ato para dili siya maapektuhan sa mga sources sa noise. Okay? Even though ingon na ang analog and digital, but we don't have choice but to combine them. The analog and the digital should be combined for us to get or obtain a mixed signals or circuits. Okay, so if we want a very good product, if we want a very good circuit, so we really have to combine analog and digital circuits for us to obtain a mixed signal. Okay, so yun na. Same with women and men, of course. Lagi tayo choice, but we have to adjust. Men, mani ang women. Okay, so the next is, this is the analog circuits versus the digital circuits hierarchy. On the left, this is the digital design hierarchy, and on the right, this is the analog design hierarchy. So on the top level, we have here the systems. So systems could be maybe computers, microcontrollers, and then one step lower for that one, we can find the registers. So the one that we learned sa toang digital circuits or digital design. And then one level lower from that one is the gates. Okay, so gates, hindi na mosulod to yung mga AND, NAND, NOR, XOR, or whatever. Okay, then on the lowest level is the device. So the device could be transistor, Okay, transistors kina sila guys. Then on the analog design hierarchy, so on the top level we have the system. So ADC stands for analog design, analog to digital converters, transceivers, what else? Current reference, voltage reference. Then lower, a level lower for that one is the circuit. So we have amplifiers. Then next level lower from that one is the sub-circuits. So the bias here, of course, I know kung saan ang ginaingon niya nga bias. Usually it stands for voltage source and the current source. Current bias, voltage bias, that one. And on the lower level, or in fact the lowest level, is again the device. So it's still transistors. Okay. So synthesis, optimization, and layout is done by our tools. In fact, you already I don't know kung naka-start na mo o kinang familiarize sa inyong HSpice. So we use that device, that automation tools, and then sizing and optimization and layouts done by the layout engineer. Okay. So the layout is atin siyang ma-learn sa next na to nga subject na course, which is the IC layout design. Paspason kay napa ko sa 6. Okay, so a digital circuits, it looks like this: combination of gates. Okay, so do you still remember the two types or two kinds of digital circuits? Still remember? Okay, the sequential and the other one. Anyway, so that is the digital circuits, and then analogs, all sorts of analog circuits. So it could be we're going to transform a very small voltage to a bigger version of that voltage. So we have here a voltage amplification, and then here current amplifier, and then here the transconductance is here, right? So if you have noticed, the analog circuits deals with, most of the time, deals with amplification. Okay? Deals with being a current source, deals with being a voltage source, and amplification. Okay? In the digital circuits, there's no amplification. Ang naa din ha is just ato ang goal lang yun is ipa-0, ipa-1, ipa-0, that's it. Which is 0 and in fact VDD. Or here, ground. Or gina atong goal sa digital. Ground VDD, ground VDD. Okay? Or 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. But on the analog, it takes a lot of, or in fact, an infinite value. An infinite value from the ground. I will not use 0 when we are dealing with analog. So we should use the term ground and VDD. Okay. So any values of an analog circuit should fall between this two range, the ground and the VDD. Okay, mas lisod siya good, in fact, compared with the digital. Atong digital is more gid ni 0, 1, 0, 1, but the analog could be here, could be here. They have infinite value of results. Okay, so that's why it's difficult to handle analog circuits. So here we have linear versus nonlinear circuits. It's very clear because here is just a 2 resistors. And we have here a voltage divider. The Vout is depends on the relationship of R2 and R1, and of course our Vn. Okay, so in a IV curve, looks like this. The Vout is just like this, a straight line. Okay, but the circuit below here, we used a diode. Okay, so a diode is obviously a nonlinear device. Anong nonlinear man, tanawan lang nato ang IV curve niya. So we have ato na siyang butangan diri og VF. Diba? Our diode requires a forward voltage or a threshold voltage for it to turn on. When the input voltage is less than sa atoang forward voltage, the diode is not on. So meaning there is no current. Although later on, makita na nato that there is still a value of current, but very, very small. But for the meantime, for the sake of discussion, let's just assume that the diode current for this range from 0 to less than VF is 0. Then when the input surpasses or exceeds the forward voltage, the diode will turn on and our current will increase exponentially, right? You still remember, ID is equal to IO e to the KTV, VT, a function of K. Okay? So it will increase exponentially. Mo ni siya. So this is a linear circuit and this is a nonlinear circuit. Right. So what we are going to do with a nonlinear circuit, because it's very difficult to analyze or to deal with them. So example of that one is mga nonlinear circuits here, diode, transistor, capacitor, inductor. Nonlinear here is not really a resistor, but it's more on a parasitic resistances. And here we have here the voltage, DC voltage source. Okay, so again, as ako nang ingon, it's very difficult to deal with the nonlinear devices. So in fact, we have learned sa ito ang small signal analysis sa inyong EEE 172. We are going to model them. Okay? It's like we are getting a snapshot sa inyong circuit, and then from there you can get a we call this a model. Okay? So ang atong gihimo dito is, in fact, we transform the nonlinear equation into a linear one. Yan. Pwede na natin siya makuandayon. I think you have learned already sa inyong numerical methods. Diba? Namtay, this equation is only valid from this range 1 to range 2. Then next na po na range, lahi na po yung equation. So, mo na itong gihimo din he. We are trying to simplify the nonlinear devices which has a nonlinear equations. Okay, so I'm not sure if you get the point kung unsa natong gihimo sa small signal modeling, but in fact mo na siya atong gihimo. We convert the nonlinear into a linear one para at least natay masugdan. We have something to start with. Okay, kay lisod man ang ato siyang atakihon diretso. So what we did is we get a portion of that one and then deal with them. Okay. So the next is, we have here the analog IC design process. So everything started from atong nakita niyo sa video last time. We start with the architecture. Okay. We start with the architecture. It's just clearing all the what kind of outputs that we need, and then finding out what are the inputs that we have. Okay, so it's like outputs is most of the time being dictated by the customers. It's like you're talking with client. Okay, ma'am, sir, saan gani mong gusto? What do you need? Okay, mo na akong gusto. A current level of blah blah blah, a voltage level of blah, like this, like that. So we have a lot of lists for that one. Mo na i-list outputs. Okay, and then when you're done with getting all the outputs, the requirements, you go back to the inputs. Oh, so sa may naan ako din eh. Imo po na siyang i-list. Okay, so all the possibilities, all the resources that you have, imo po na i-list. And then after that, you start thinking, what should I do to obtain these requirements from these resources? So, dinhan na magsugod. Usaon nimo pag build ang imong system. Okay, so yun na siya guys. Mo na ang iyahang perspective or overview regarding this IC design process. Okay, so that's why sa inyo ha, as a nag-start og deals with IC design, you should expose yourselves the basic circuits, the basic blocks. Ako nang last time, because you need those para sa inyong archives, sa inyong mind nga, uy, we need an output like this from this input. So with that, I required, or I should use an op-amp. Na. Uy, I should use I need a voltage ngayon ani, from a voltage ngayon ani. So klaro kayo, I need a voltage reference. Paana siya guys. Okay? So of course, it takes a lot of time. Kay hindi na lang nagitag XP points. Okay? In all, sa dula ba? Okay? And then, so we can now start with our schematic level circuit design. So for ECE 130, muna itong ginahimo. The ring apart. So this is what we called a pre-layout simulation. I think you've heard this one already. Pre-layout simulation, or simply short na siya sa gitawag na to og pre-sim. We are simulating circuits in a transistor level. So we should use HPICE. Okay. Mga tool. But ang nasa inyo is, I believe it's HPICE lang. So HPICE is more than enough already for our pre-simulation or pre-layout simulation. Okay. Then after sa to ang pre-sim, okay na imuhang circuit, sakto na imuhang mga outputs, the voltage and the current are pasok to guys sa specs. Then we will proceed with the layout of circuits. Okay. So this is the blueprint on how the circuits, the transistor, the resistor, the capacitor, and even the inductors fabricated. Okay, mo na siya ang last step for the fabrication. Okay? So yun na siya. And then, okay. So it's like your first laboratory, the VI curve. Okay. So this is a device, an N channel or an NMOS. This is the gate. This is drain, gate. Sayop ni guys. This is gate. This is drain. This is source, and this is bulk. Okay. So this is the VI characteristic. On the X, you can see the VDS. So VDS is this one, VDS, and then the IDS is the current that will flow this one. Okay. And then this is the transistor circuits with that one. All right. So notice, guys, they're using SPICE. This is a P-SPICE, but in this case, in our case, we use H-SPICE. Okay. All right. So we will proceed to lecture number 2. Still, this is on the chapter 6 of our reference. So in fact, we don't need these slides because mas complete to dito sa book. And I think it's more easy, or I think it's more enjoyable, more fun to read the book than just to, just watch on these slides. Enjoy pa mo guys, ug barg libro. Enjoy dili. Enjoy na lang.
Okay, sir.
This is the MOS transistors. Here in this lecture, we are going to learn how to bias the MOS. We are going to characterize. We're going to pinpoint. We're going to familiarize with all those layers regarding the MOS. Okay. So MOS is a metal oxide semiconductor. It's a totally not really totally different thing with the BJT. BJT is a bipolar junction transistors. So we're going to we're also going to discuss in this lecture how it's being made, or the construction of the MOS. So for this lecture, we will be dealing with the bulk silicon MOSFET, the qualitative theory of NMOS. So we will be dealing with the operations, the cutoff, the linear, the saturation, and then we also have the input and the output characteristics. The drain current. Okay, so the drain current is ato na siyang i-quantize. Simply ID. Body effect. All right. Okay. So the body effect is ito nang the presence sa inyong substrate, the fourth terminal of the MOS. Na siya effect later on. So we'll be dealing with that one. And of course, the PMOS, common source output characteristics. And we have here the non-ideal effects. So ito yung siyang i-include sa atong discussion is because grabe ni vital kay na ilang role. We have the channel length modulation, the sub-threshold MOS operation, and the velocity saturation. Okay. So, mo ni ang mupugong sa ato ang MOS to operate in an ideal scenario. Okay. So, naman ginay mga non-idealities. So, these are just the 3 major non-idealities ato ang MOS. Okay. Okay pa guys, wala pa wala pa mo information overload ha.
Anta pagamay, sir.
Wala pa overload. Okay.
Napilit lagi akong ako sa
Pili pa lang namin. Ito man yung mag-ana, Sarah. Mura man lagi nag-ana. Okay. Pati kayo ninggo kay wala mga kanta no, di para sa kinang face to face ba nga pwede mo mo intermission.
Kanta daw si Jara, sir. Ay, si buang-buang dia, Jazz.
Sige, magklase na lang tayo. Murag na ni magkanya diri magbanang ng dugo. Sure na. Right? Ay, balik mo. Alright, so these are the 3 guys who started the the transistors. Okay. So these are John Bardeen, Walter Brattain, and Wellcome Shockley. So Shockley is, of course, we know him good because ato ang Shockley's curve, right? So it's being the first transistor. In fact, dili gina siya 1948 because it was December 26 siguro, 1947. Okay, when the Bell Labs made this breakthrough, the first transistor. This is the prototype of that one. In fact, it is a point contact transistor, okay, being developed by these three guys. Okay, so I clearly remember that these three guys appeared with my interview with the Fairchild Semiconductor before. Okay, so for my OJT, and unfortunately, I was able to name one out of the three. Si Bardi na gid ako nainumduman sa ilahang tulo. So the MOSFET fell on category of FET. Okay. So the field effect transistors. This is the MOSFET FETs, the N channel and the P channel. All right. So shown in the figure is the bulk silicon MOSFET. This is an NMOS. Okay, NMOS. NMOS. It's because this is an N channel. Kita kayo na to diri on. This is N plus. This is N plus. Okay. So obviously we expect that the channel should be N here. Okay, in the pita. Okay. So notice also that when there's no bias at the gate, the channel is not formed. Diba? So obviously, walay charges kumuagi from the source up to the drain. Source to drain. So MOSFET stands for the metal oxide semicon field effect transistor, 4-terminal device. Okay, 4-terminal device. The gate, the drain, the gate, the source, and the body or the bulk. Okay. And this is the SEM, the spectrum electron micrograph of this device. So this one is a 35 nanometers ang iyahang length. Okay? So the length of the device is dictated by this one, the dimension of the channel or the dimension of the gate below it or above that one. Okay? So this is the gate, this is the source, this is the drain, and this is the kaniyahang interface between the channel and the gate is the gate oxide. It's a thin layer. Okay, so that's located between the channel and the gate for us to control later on sa tuang device. So obviously the gate is not really attached to the channel. Nana siya kana interface, which is the gate oxide. Ito na siya hinganlan. Gate oxide. So gate oxide is a very thin layer. Depende sa process. So the process is if we're dealing with 0.35 micrometers, 0.25 micrometers, or 0.18 micrometers. And we also have 90 nanometers and we have 65 nanometers. So sa atong lab, we have this tools 0.80, 90, and 65 nanometers. We have this one sa atong lab. Although we can also request for the higher version of those technology. Okay. So I think ang pinakakaraan is 0.5. I haven't used this one because it's very old. 0.5 micrometer. So, lain-lain ng ilang process technology. It also has a different value of gate oxide. So, I clearly remember the 0.18. It's at 48 angstrom. Okay. So the 0.18 micrometer, it has a gate oxide thickness of 48 angstrom. Well, angstrom is times 10 to the negative 8 meters. So just imagine it's just a gamay. And then
Di ba? Kahit sa negative 10.
times 10 to the negative 10 or 10 to the negative 8 of an inch, sort of, nana. So it's very, very small. Okay. And then the older technology, mas dako ni siya sa 48. Well, obviously, kay dako man niyahang size. Pero there is ato ang newer technology, we can expect that this 48 is also being reduced. So maybe around 30 or around even 20 angstrom. So makagamay atong device, makagamay po dato ang gate oxide na thickness. So it's becoming complicated, or it's becoming difficult for us to design using a very small and process technology. I think there is now 7 nanometers or even 4 nanometers. Guys, grabe kagamay. 4 nanometers. Kisa nakabalo kung unsa ang diameter sa inyong mga buhok. What is the diameter of your hair? Ano inyong sa kabuk-buhok? Ha? 1 mm? Ilaw.
Mga 17 micrometers, sir.
Ha?
17 micrometers
17
according to Google.
Yeah, actually, paano siya? Nakalain. Depende kung unsa imong grano sa imong buhok, it's kanang nipis or baga. So, naa siya sa mga 80 micrometer ang iyong buhok. Okay? Very, very small. Gamay na ganitong buhok. Mas gamay pa din niya. So, the trend, we're getting our gate oxide. Yes. Any question? So, okay. Yes, if you have a question, just you can just interrupt me para di po mawala na sa inyong mind. Kaya I know if ato na siyang i-delay, mawala nino siya nga atong dapat i-ask. Okay, so just feel free to fire your questions anytime. Okay, guys? Right. So this is the cross-sectional view of a MOS. We have here a different values of gate bias. So VGS, right? VGS here versus a VGS. This is a comparison between VGS less than VTH. So same thing that happened to our diode. We have a BF, the forward voltage atong diode, but in this case, in MOS, it's being called VTH or threshold voltage. Atong sa to ang itawag nga knee voltage sa atong BJT. Okay, katong musugod na siya og perform or musugod na siya on. So, in fact, for our BJT, ilagay ito siya mga values, a silicon and a germanium.
0.7 for silicon, 0.3 for germanium, sir.
0.7.
Yeah, that is the 0.7 and 0.3. The base, we call this one BBE for BJT. Okay, so napo na siya sa MOS. It's being called VTH. Okay, threshold voltage for the MOS to turn on. Okay, so this is the cross-sectional view of the MOS when the VGS is less than VTH, and this is the cross-sectional view of the MOS when the VGS is greater than the VTH. Okay, so since this is a channel-dependent device, kanina tong MOS, we will be focusing on what happened to the channel when we alter or when we applied a gate bias to this MOS. Okay? Sige, ako sa ipang remove ng ko na hindi maklaro. Right. Sige. So notice that the source is connected to the ground, the drain is connected to the ground, but the gate is open to be connected to any potential. Okay. So in a scenario that the VGS is less than VTH, meaning the MOS is off. Anong off man? Klaro kayo that the channel here is absent. It's not formed. So meaning there is no channel to be used by our majority carrier which travels from the source to the drain. Because in a literal way, our channel is blocked. Okay? So that's why we said that MOS is off. Well, comparing here, still our source and drain is connected to the ground, but our VGS is now being connected to a voltage terminal or a bias which is greater than the threshold voltage. So notice that there is already what we call a layer being inverted or inversion layer. Ato na na-transform ang kanyang channel into a passable one. Pwede na siya magamit sa ato ang majority carrier from the source, travel siya, gamit ito ng channel, padulong sa drain. Right? Which is wala ni ganiha sa ato ang quad. Wala ni sa ato ang first case, the VGS is less than VTH. Okay. So, I think it's more clear right now that the MOS is a voltage control device. Diba? Dili lang ingon nga, ay, kuan mo good sir, kaya when we compute for the first grid nga atong i-compute sa MOS is VGS. So that's your mo to atong na-learn sa kuan sa EEE 172 or even EEE 170. But here ato nang mas na detailed ang ato ang discussion that the MOS is a voltage controlled device due to this consideration that para moon ang ato ang MOS ato yung ifa-form ang ato ang channel. Okay? And the formation of this channel is dependent to the gate to source voltage. Gate to source voltage. Dili gate and dili source, but VGS voltage jud. Okay? Lahi man gutong gate voltage, kaya that is just VG. Lahi po tong source voltage because that's only VS. Okay? So gate to source voltage, this is the main consideration to turn on or turn off your MOS. Klaro ba to, guys? Okay, so I do hope klaro to sa inyo, ha? Okay, so all right. So we are now going to start the qualitative theory of NMOS. Atong first na slide is just a kuan na to kinang overview. Patikim ra to siya. So ato gisang hinahinayon karon how the channel is being formed in a detailed discussion. How are we going to get the drain current? How are we going to quantize all those junction potentials that deals with our MOS? So to make things easier, so we have to start from the NMOS, just like what we had sa atoang BJT. We started with the NPN. Okay? So NMOS, hindi kita mag-start. Because anyway, a PMOS is just the opposite of the NMOS. Okay? So the source is connected to the ground. One iyahang circuit diagram, drain, gate, source, and this is the cross-sectional view of the NMOS. So source is connected to the source, the ground. The drain is initially being connected to the ground, but in this case, we put a supply, VD. Okay? Later on, it's being called a VDD. And of course, our gate is being connected to a bias, a voltage bias of VG. Okay? VG is because gate to the source automatically. Gate to the source is nadin itong okay, plus minus. This is the VGS, right? So we're going to discuss what will happen to the channel as we increase or decrease these two voltage sources, the VG and the VD, because these two will surely have an effect sa tuwang MOS. Okay. So to make things easier sa, when VDS is 0, we expect there's no flow of current. So IDS is equal to 0 also. So lang, ato siya makita later on in a more kinang detailed one. Right. Okay, so first case, VGS is less than 0. Okay, so take note guys, dili VG, dili VS, but VGS. So we are dealing with plus and minus here. This is VGS. When VGS is less than 0, and our drain to source voltage is of course is equal to 0, because both of them are connected to the ground. The drain is connected to the ground, the source is connected to the ground. So VDS or VSD is equal to 0, of course. Well, focus your attention here sa tuwang channel. Okay. So what happened here? VGS is less than 0. So meaning the gate is more negative compared to the source. Diba? Inana siyang may tabo. If we have a VGS is less than 0. So meaning this is a negative value. Negative. So relatively, we have a negative polarity here. So meaning, sa may yang matchup, obviously, all the positive carriers sa tuang layer, kani, iyahan nang i-attract din eh. So all the positive will be attracted to basically negative. Okay. So in this case, yung gusto man siya nga device, di ba? This is NMOS. Klaro ng NMOS, okay, na N+, N+. So obviously, there is no flow of charges from the source to the drain. Alangan, kaya tuwang channel, positive man. So what we're going to do, para mahimo nig passable ning channel, we have to alter some bias. Okay? So we started to change our gate voltage. So ato siyang i-increase. Ang ato ang gate voltage para makakome up taog VGS, which is the second case now. VGS is greater than 0, but still less than VT. Okay? So in this case, our gate is already more positive compared to the source, VGS. Okay? All right. So the moment nga ang gate voltage will be more positive with respect to the source, slowly our channel magtapok na din ni ang mga negative carriers. Okay? Because again, sa kanang gingon, the gate voltage is getting positive. Okay? So maginahinay pa. But dili pa gini siya ang atong device, dili pa gini siya fully on. It's because wala pa niya na exceed ang atoang threshold voltage. Okay? All right? So in both cases, the drain and source are connected to the ground. Okay? So next, nato nga consideration. So we have done with the first case, the VGS is less than 0. Second case, VGS is greater than 0 but less than VTH. Now, on our third case, the VGS is greater than VTH. Okay? So we are adjusting, we are increasing the magnitude of the gate potential until such time that it already exceeds the value of the threshold voltage. Okay? So by doing so, we increased the layers of the negative charges to be formed here in this channel. Okay? And all the positives being pushed away, anang layer. Okay? Positive, positive. All right. So in this case, we now have a very solid kayong channel, exclusive for the N-type or the majority carrier, which is the electrons, and it can now flow from the source to the drain. So with that, there's a kuan niya guys, nana siya gitawag og strong inversion. Strong inversion, because our channel here is being inverted from a P-type into an N-type. Okay, very strong inversion ang tawag na niya. Well, katong sa ganiha, although this is also an inversion, but this version is a weak one, a weak inversion. Okay. What guys, from no inversion to weak inversion up to strong inversion. Question: is there a flow of current for this third case? Nanay current ka makuha ani?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What else? Sa pinailang answer. The answer ni Daligdig is yes. Any other? Isa may representative sa no. Isa may mo kuan dia mo isog nga mo kuan mo represent sa no.
May kulob, sir.
Ha? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So man. Na, ikaw lang. Naman nanawag naman yung chill mark. Hello? Napa mo da, guys?
Sir.
Napa, sir.
Napa, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wala game mo, Kwan? Wala game mo represent sa no? Para at least ba, two sides. Make things spicier. Okay. So,
No po, sir. No.
the question is, we are already at the case number 3, which is the VGS is greater than VTH. So the device here is fully on because the channel here is fully converted to a negative from a positive one. And in fact, it is called a strong inversion because we inverted our channel from positive to negative. Now the question is there a current flow? Yes or no? Muno na lang ko. No. Okay. So, no. 0 ang VDD. No daw, kay grounded ang both. Okay. So, dinhi manggawas ato ang mga kwan guys ha, itong mga tinaguan ng mga knowledge and skills. Okay. I will go back to the slide. See guys. Although the answer is, I don't know if you saw this already, the answer is here. Kita ninyo? The answer is in fact here. Notice that sakto tong giingon sa inyong mga classmate that the drain is connected to the ground, the source is connected to the ground, so definitely the VDS is equal to 0. So in fact ako nang gihatag sa inyo When VDS is equal to 0, well, asa man ang location sa inyo ang IDS, diba na dire sa origin? So it's also 0. So meaning there's no current flowing on this device, which is from the source to the drain. Okay. So abi ba na kung on na siya, sir? Ingon ka, on na siya. Well, on na magini siya because we already prepared our channel. Wala ko nag-ingon nga, nanay mo agi. It's being prepared, it's fully on. Okay. I just converted our channel into a negative one. I just make our channel passable. Pero wala pa ko nag-ingon nga, naanagay mo flow din Well, the moment that we are going to increase the value of VDS, mo na ang panahon or ang point mamuagi na ang ato ang majority carrier, which is the electron, muagi na siya from the source to the drain because there is now a potential difference between the drain and the source. Okay? Klaro ba to guys? So,
Yes, sir.
ato na
Klaro na,
siguro
Yes.
increase ang VDS. Kaya na dahil na siya guys. Diba? So, in fact, mo siya yung behavior sa imong IDS versus the VDS curve. I just hope nakagets ang uban. Okay? So, no potential difference between the source and drain terminals. No current flows through the transistor. So, meaning the IDS is equal to 0. So we are done with the VGS. Ano man na siya? Na-prepare na nimo ang way, then it's your turn to push the majority carriers come flow from the source to the drain. Okay? So maintaining our condition that the VGS is greater than VTH, this time we're going to increase the drain to source voltage. Okay, so VDS in this case is greater than 0 already. Okay? So meaning our drain should be connected to a higher value compared with the source. Okay, so this is now having a range from 0 to ano po tayo bagong nga term. Saan na po ning VOV? VOV. It's what we call an overdrive voltage. Okay. So VOV is an overdrive voltage. Sometimes tawagon po na siya og VD SAT. SAT meaning saturation. Okay. So we're increasing the VDS from 0 to a certain value. Let's say around equal to the VOV. So balik ta din ni sa to ang channel. Okay. What happened to the channel? Okay. So di ba ganiha ako ibalik tong panas the previous slides. Ang tangman ko ng uban. Hindi na siya matangtang. Anyway. Kanya guys, when VDS is equal to 0, our channel is uniform. Meaning, pareho ang ka-level ang dini. From this point to this point. They are all uniform. Well, notice there is ato ang VDS is equal to 0, greater than 0. Our channel, tanawa guys. Okay. The channel here is not equal to the channel here. Okay? I just hope nakita ninyo. It started to erode. Okay? Na-erode ang kaning dinhi nga point padulong dinhi. Okay? So, manuningon ana man na siya. It's because our drain terminal is exposed to a higher potential, a more positive potential. Okay? So, take note that this is N. Tanawa guys. This is N. And this is P. So what will happen kung ang N o ang P imo nang itagbo? So may tabo sa imuhang P injunction here.
Magamay, sir.
Alright.
Mo-deplete.
Diba? It's either ma-increase or ma-decrease ang atong depletion region. Okay? So mabalik ta din sa ato ang kuan. Atong review ng ato ang kuan, depletion region. Right. Para mag-gets na to. Ito sa ubos. So, dili ko ba naman. Okay. So, okay, butang talang this is N plus, this is P plus. Okay. So this is N-type material, this is P-type material, and iyahang junction na niya is a PN junction or gitawag na to og metallurgical junction or a depletion region. Okay, so sa panang mga terms dira. So because when we put positive and negative material into one, nahagi na siya ma-form nga depletion region here. Okay? So how are we going to turn or to forward bias this one? So saan din ang forward bias? Forward bias is we allow the flow of charges maybe from here or padulong diha. Depende kung sa siya nga type. Okay? So what we're going to do is so himo na to sa junction potential here para ma-forward bias siya. Ipanipis or ipabaga?
Panipis, sir.
Manipis, sir.
Yes. So we're going to decrease the depletion region width here. Okay? So saan mo to sa pagpa-decrease? Now, ang question karon is unsa ang imuang i-attach diri sa N+ o unsa imong i-attach diri sa P+? Any idea?
Sa N plus kay positive. Joke lang.
N plus okay, i-connect mo sa negative.
Positive.
Ang positive ko sa positive.
Dali sakto.
Negative, positive. So, natay kwan, voltage source. Okay. Sama na to, i-connect sa N+ to make this forward bias.
Sa negative.
Forward bias.
Sa negative ata, sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir?
This one?
Sa negative, sir.
Sa negative,
Okay, sa
sir.
negative.
Ang minus ka sa minus plus.
That one?
Ay, ano ba? Look, wait.
Ah,
Pasok. Oh, yes, sir.
Ana, sir.
Agree, disagree?
Agree, sir.
Agree, sir.
agree, sir.
Alright.
Agree, sir.
So,
Agree.
the negative will obviously be attracted to the P+, right? And the positive here will obviously be attracted to this one. So we will make our depletion region
Mugamay.
right. So mo na nga makaagi na dayon ang ato ang majority carrier. Okay? Well, kung ato siyang ibalihon, let's make our
Muda ko ang depletion region.
sa reverse bias na punta. N plus P plus. Okay. So plus minus. All right. So what happened here is this N plus would be attracted to the positive. So maana na sila. And the P plus here would be attracted to the negative. So maana siya. So what happened to our depletion region here? Musamot siya kabaga. Di ba? Which makes this impossible or near to impossible nga makaagi na gid ang imuhang majority carriers. So this is forward bias and this is reverse bias. Ato na i-compare dito sa tuang kuan channel. So, kana kinang namdumin ninyo ha, N plus connected to, or N positive connected to negative, P connected to positive. Well, here, for the reverse bias, the N type material is connected to the positive, whereas the P material is connected to the negative. So, ato nang i-compare sa ato ang layer sa MOS. So, Kani. Focus mo diri guys. Diri dapita. Because we are dealing with N+. Nya atong gi-increase ang atoang drain potential. Diba? So this is N+, this is P+. So the depletion region is around here. So notice kung asa na to gi-connect si N, di ba sa positive? So, well, we can say that automatic ang P, dito ang negative, right? I-connected man po sa ground. Okay? So, in this case, when doing this one, we allow our depletion region here to increase its width. So magka-increase ang iyang width, will automatically maapektuhan gid ato ang channel. That's why mura og nag-erode ang atong channel during the pita. Okay? So mo na siya cost guys sa tuang kuan pagka-erode sa channel when we increase our drain potential. Okay? Just like what we have sa tuang gihimo diri, sa tuang PN junction. Okay? So, itong mga nalibog, just go back to this atong lecture para makuan mo, mag-guidean din mo balik. Okay. So, ang ato na pong tanawon karon is ang behavior sa tuang current. When we increase the VDS greater than 0, so we increase the VDS from 0 padulong diha. Behavior sa atong current is nag-increase po siya. In fact, it can also be seen here. The current is increasing. Although, dili siya klaro kayo, but you can assume that this is linear. Linear siya, guys. Hindi ko siya linear, no? Kailan po kayo na to? I-stricto kayo. Pero we can assume that the behavior of our VI curve in this region is linear. Mo stop siya pagka-linear when our VDS reaches overdrive voltage. Okay? So aton kung saan ang overdrive voltage, we're going to discuss that one sa atong next na to nga kuan kay murag alas 12 naman di ay. Tugay kay gutom na to. Okay? So please read your books. Kay naa dito tanan. And then 33 kasi absent, eh? Mag-roll. So may absent niyo dali. Oo, good na man. Thank you na.
Sir,
Yes,
Sir.
sa man eh. Asang link sa videos. Ay ako lang i-send sa maniya. Sa email.
sige sir.
Wala
Thank you,
field
sir.
trip kay kuan. Na wala pa yung biyahe, wala yung flight. Kuha sa mo visa, akin ang kuan passport. Although we are visa free man until next year. I think July 31, 21 taman. Okay. Yeah, nag-Eva Air dito. Okay guys, so atong lectures ako lang i-send sa Google Drive na lang. Kay dako kay siya around 200 MB or 200 plus MB, dako kay siya. Alright? Sige, so see you on Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
Bye,
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Welcome guys.
Nag-attendance, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Wala na ako attendance ha. Ngayon, araman na sa tongkuan. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless.
God bless. Bye-bye. Okay.